Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast Special Edition Series, where I preview and predict every men's college basketball conference tournament. Now up is the Southern Conference, a.k.a. the SoCon. The first round will begin tomorrow night. The quarterfinals will be Saturday, the semifinals Sunday, and the championship will be on Monday. So without further ado, here we go. First round, Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You have 8-seeded the Citadel against the 9-seeded Western Carolina. WCU 11-15 on the year, 4-13 in conference play. Citadel 12-11 on the year, 5-11 in conference play. My projections for this game is the Citadel by 1, total 155.5. Therefore, Citadel will move on to the quarterfinal. And at 8 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow night, 10-seeded Samford against 7-seeded Mercer. Samford 6-12 on the year, 2-9 in conference play, and Mercer 15-10 on the year, 8-9 in conference play. I project Mercer by 8.5, total 151.5. Therefore, Mercer to the quarterfinals. Quarterfinals Saturday, 12 o'clock noon. You have 8-seeded the Citadel against 1-seeded UNC Greensboro. Greensboro on the year, 18-8 overall, 13-5 in conference play. My projected line is Greensboro by 15. No projected totals for teams or for matchups with a team that already in theory would have played a game in the tournament. So Greensboro on to the semifinal. 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time Saturday afternoon, 5-seeded East Tennessee State against 4-seeded Chattanooga. East Tennessee State 12-11 in the year, 8-7 in conference play. Chattanooga 18-7 in the year, 9-7 in conference play. My projection here is Chattanooga by 1, total 139.5. Therefore, Chattanooga would advance to the semifinals. 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time Saturday night, 7-seeded Mercer against 2-seeded Wofford. Wofford 15-8 on the year, 12-5 in conference play. My projected line here is Wofford by 6.5. Therefore, Wofford to the semifinal. And 8 o'clock Saturday night, Eastern Time, 6-seeded VMI against 3-seeded Furman. VMI 12-11 on the year, 7-7 in conference play. Furman 16-8 on the year, 10-5 in conference play. My projected line is Furman 8.5, total 151. Furman would be my pick to go to the semifinals. And then my semifinal projected matchups: Sunday, 5 o'clock, ESPNU, Chattanooga, and UNC Greensboro. My projection would be Greensboro by 7, therefore Greensboro to the final. And 7:30 p.m. ESPNU on Sunday night, 3-seeded Furman against 2-seeded Wofford. My projection is a pick'em, but it's not a pick'em on the nose. It's actually Wofford 0.125 is how it came out, but I only do my projected lines by halves. So therefore, Wofford would be the slimmest of slimmest favorites. So therefore, Wofford to the final. And the final, Monday night, March 5th, 7 o'clock, ESPN. 2-seeded Wofford against 1-seeded UNC Greensboro, which should be a really fun game between those two teams. Obviously, Greensboro, the best team in the league a lot of the year, led by stud guard Isaiah Miller. And on the other side, Wofford, who's had a tremendous season. They're led by a good trio: Storm Murphy and Trey Howell, along with Messiah Jones. But ultimately, I think that Greensboro is the better team, led by Miller. So therefore, UNC Greensboro is my pick to represent the Southern Conference in the big dance. Next up, the Sun Belt League.